I hope you had watched the summary introduction of the KJ-SAKAJA-RUTO food project. This is the first of the several steps that I've talked about how the whole thing started. River Nile has so many tributaries, including the stream that shoots up from my farm into River Silungai, into River Luandet, into River Nzoia, into Lake Victoria. But the most acceptable tributary is somewhere there in Rwanda. So this is one of the tributaries of the, if the national or even county food program succeeds, this is one of the tributaries. It started off with I was concerned that my son, I would see that the money he used to be given by my wife for lunch, my view was that the amount was too little, but I didn't tell anybody. My son didn't mind, and my wife, it was to both of them it was okay. That is what she was giving him, and that is what my son was happy with. I remember on one occasion asking him what he bought for lunch, because I saw the amount could not afford any meal. But I could see the twinkle in his eye, the twinkle that you usually see when a child talks about buying an ice cream. He told me that, Daddy, I usually buy surwa. As an intelligence officer, I just kept it at the back of my mind and went to a kiosk nearby, where I asked what surwa is and how much it was costing. Because you never know, you could be supporting drug addiction among children without knowing. So I felt that I should investigate what this surwa is. I was told that there were two versions of surwa. One was half a chapati, another one was one mandazi, which was sprinkled with bean soup. So that is what surwa was. I then decided to go and investigate and find out, not investigate, but find out what other students had during lunch in that very same school, Riruta Satellite Primary School. I used to go there, watch every lunchtime what they were having for lunch, and just after the 2 p.m. bell rings, I would go out. Unknown to me, the head teacher was aware that I used to come during lunchtime, look around, see what was being done, and then leave. Since she had been told that I'm a former intelligence officer, and many Kenyans do believe that intelligence officers don't retire, even active policemen. But we can't tell you that, because that is the weapon we make people scared of us. So she came and asked me who I was. I said, courtesy calls for the first thing you do upon entering school, you should go to the office, introduce yourself and your mission and whatever. So we went to the office. I told her that even the parent who used the least money for lunch, if all students would save that money, we could have a good school meal program. Mrs. Agnes Mushiri, because that is her name, was reluctant to discuss that. She said that her predecessor, Mrs. Mbaka, had, in fact it was not even Mrs. Batia. Mrs. Batia had not even suggested the thing, but the teachers had made a suggestion which was of a financial nature. And some parents had reported Mrs. Batia to the authority, and she had been arrested, spent some time in cells, spent some time in court, only to be released free. But nothing could wipe out the fact that she had spent time in police cells and in court and whatever. So Mrs. Mushiri didn't want anything to do with contribution of money in the school. I said that I'll talk to the parents, and she said that is how the teachers wanted. Actually, teachers even offered free of charge to squeeze in a lesson, a 30 minutes lesson during lunchtime, if that thing would happen. Something that parents in upper classes, standard 6, 7, and 8, were for the idea because they would study more. But then we also had a challenge from the lower classes, such that standard 1, 2, and 3, we had a problem that how could those kids be taking Githeri 5 days a week. It was felt that taking that, their stomachs can't accept that. And then we also had other challenges where parents, rich parents, did not want Githeri. They were saying that it had weevils and it had whatever. And I told the parents that the few days that I had been observing kids before the head teacher had intervened, is that there used to be a syndicate of 5 or 6 students. One would come with the mother could give, when preparing ugali and sukuma wiki in the evening, she could make a bit more and then place. So the kids were eating an 18-hour ugali with sukuma, very cold. There are those ones whose parents had given them chips, sausage, egg sandwiches, and such ever. So these kids used to sit down, take out the ugali, eat together, take out the Githeri, eat together, take out the sausages and chips, eat together. So if you think that your child is eating sausages from hot pot, know that even the child who was bringing in yesterday's makombo, so I call it makombo, or kiporo, they were eating together. So we agreed. The first challenge was, we were having a challenge that, you know, whatever they contribute would be the payment for cooks. So with few people, but as time went on, we approached Catholic Relief Services. Catholic Relief Services agreed to make water. They agreed to drill a borehole. They drilled a borehole, but unfortunately, ilivunjikia ndani. So those people who are drilling were saying that removing it or even drilling, and it was the same amount as drilling a new one. Catholic Relief Services could not drill another one. The budget they had ikaishia hapo. But Lieutenant General Buddy came and drilled the same place. Thanks for that. Next to the borehole, we had taps. Before even Corona came, we had several taps there. And the Catholic Relief Service constructed a kitchen. They constructed, and two jikos, worth about 500,000 shillings. One condition that the Catholic Relief Service was saying that they could not do that with a few subscription. So with that information, we went to the parents and told them. And then there was also a problem where in our school, some students were caught with contraband things coming to school. So the school said, either your child, to me, as a former police officer, okay, I was supposed to be concerned about contraband, but this step is being made in my capacity as chairman of food. I was happy in my capacity as food because students were now stopped from bringing food coming up with a Catholic Relief initiative of if we have more subscription, they'll construct a kitchen, piping and whatever. We then had a massive contribution, and we have managed to create employment for various students, for various workers. Keep it up. We are coming up with a second edition of what happened. That one will now be mostly on how World Food Program and Feed the Children came in. Thank you.